What's up, everybody? Welcome to Real Life Solutions with Uncle T. I'm going to tell you tonight, I'm going to tell you tonight that this is the reason why people are losing their food stamps and not getting Section 8. Government workers stealing food stamps. Immigrants come to this country getting all the food stamps on their EBT cards, cash available on the EBT cards. We got people bragging about not paying no bills, scamming the system. A woman uses the system to have kids and get more checks, more housing, got custody of her grandkids in order to get more money. And she says, I am setting my kids up for the future, teaching them how to get over on the government, acting like it's a 401k or a Roth IRA, and her kids are going to be well off about what she's teaching them. And then we're going to talk at the end about a woman who says, shame on you for voting President Trump into office, because now she's got to go to work and it's all your fault. Check out the video. We're going to discuss it. This is a hot topic. Check this out.
The $66 million food stamp fraud has just been exposed, one of the biggest in U.S. history. And guess what? A USDA employee, yes, someone whose job was to stop fraud, was at the center of it. Her name is Arlasa Davis. Here she is right here. And prosecutors say she used her government access to steal EBT license numbers. Then she sold them to scammers who installed fake EBT machines in smoke shops and bodegas, processing over $30 million in fake SNAP transactions. And it gets worse. She allegedly took bribes disguised as birthday gifts and flowers to keep the scam going. Over 160 illegal terminals were used, mainly around New York. Now she's facing up to 75 years in prison, and 5 others indicted could get up to 35 years each. This is our tax money being stolen. Money meant to help families eat, not line the pockets of crooks and scammers. And people wonder why there's talk about stricter oversight. Now you see why Doge was needed. Stay woke, stay informed. And I can recall back a couple of years ago, people in various states would get their food stamp benefits only to wake up and have them taken. And they saying a lot of these transactions was coming out of New York. Now we know who was behind it. And the food stamp people wouldn't even give them the food stamp money that was stolen from them. America.
Tonight, we have critical news for folks struggling to get by, as Alabamians are forced to spend more and more on groceries. Emergency SNAP food stamps benefits are coming to an end. It's thanks to the Consolidated Appropriations Act of 23, apparently halting emergency benefits nationwide. NBC 15's Karis Harmon joins us now live in Mobile. Here, some folks are wondering how they'll even put food on their table.
That's right, Kim. And some shoppers I spoke with today told me they have to break the bank just to get the necessities.
Anyone leaving the grocery store will tell you.
Very high when you can't get a dozen of eggs for less than $5. Very high.
People telling me their grocery bills are far too high.
It's usually around $200 to $300 a week.
I average probably about anywhere from $200 to $275.
Meat and eggs and cheese, all that is high, so about $400 or $500.
Everything's went up. I have a 14-year-old and a husband. You definitely don't get a lot for $200 or $300.
We have been issuing emergency allotments, which means that everybody would get their regular allotment during the month, and then at the end of each month, we'd bring them up to the maximum allotment for their household size.
A program that will not continue in March.
Most families will not feel this until the end of the month of March, but we're wanting to go ahead and let individuals know that, where they can start saving and being able to prepare for that.
And I have 3 kids now, so food stamp, it helps a lot because I get like a nice amount and then you don't pay any taxes on it.
One woman I spoke with did not want to be on camera. She uses food stamps.
And I'm not coming out of pocket paying $400 to $500 for food. The food stamps helping me.
She will not be affected by the cut to emergency SNAP benefits, but many people could find themselves drowning just for trying to put food on the table.
It's a real big help. So for people that's gonna get cut or not even receiving it, I could just only imagine.
Some people saying this could cause problems. Others say there's an easy solution.
America need to go to work. The Bible say if a man don't work, he don't eat. So they need to go to work.
Police say 57-year-old Nadine Jean-Baptiste did Rhode Island for over a decade. She supervised customer service assistants and had full access to EBT printing machines there. For 4 years, police say Nadine accessed people's personal information. She then went in and changed their PIN numbers so that she could use their cards. 408 of them since January 2020. Here she is in June 2024, leaving a local market after using somebody else's EBT card. In July, she conducted 3 phone balance inquiries on another EBT card before going on a food run at a Stop and Shop. And here she is again at BJ's. The card she was using belonged to a man that was in jail. And she didn't do it alone. Police say her daughter, 27-year-old Octavia Jean-Baptiste, was also in on the scheme. They say she fraudulently used 95 EBT cards over the course of their data from the U.S. Department of Agriculture found that over 125,000 households across the nation reported SNAP benefit theft last year. States like New York hit the hardest with $17 million in theft in 2023 alone. This year, Maryland, Illinois, Texas, Georgia are also up there. These Romanian nationals were charged back in April, accused of installing skimming devices at ATMs and cash registers.
People always want to ask me, why do I have so many kids and why do I continue having kids? And the answer is simple. I have more kids to get more benefits from the government. The more kids I have, the more money that I get. I get food stamps, I get child support, I get WIC, I get cash assistance. I'm basically setting up my kids for the future. And at this point, I probably make more money off of my government assistance than you do at your job. This is simply what works for me and my family. So stop asking me to stop having kids, stop asking me to get a job, because that's never going to happen. And this is also another reason why I got custody of my grandchildren, because I just wanted to add as much people as I can to my case to get, take advantage of all the benefits that the government gives out. And it's actually nobody's business at all. So I don't care what you guys have to say. This is how I live my life. This is what works for me and my family, and I will continue to do so. And I have taught my children to do the same.
Please stop showing sympathy for bull crap. There is no way that I could go to sleep at night knowing I got 6 of my kids living in my kitchen on the daggone floor like they cluttered in a can of sardines. I'm sick of it. You had year after year and you're pregnant again. You're pregnant again. Yeah, this lifestyle is hard. Then don't make another one. Keep your legs closed. Get off TikTok and ask somebody to help you. I call CPS on myself. Ask somebody to help you. It's okay to not be okay and not be stable. But don't be having your kids walking around in no dadgum circle in a little small space and then got the nerve to go make another one. And but you're sitting on TikTok when you could have been applying for places and getting on the waiting list for single housing. They got housing for mothers. They take care of mothers more than they take care of a person just single working by themselves. There's no excuse for what you're doing. You put yourself in that situation. I don't show sympathy for bull crap and lazy mothers that don't got time to do nothing but care about themselves. You're selfish, and that's how I feel about it. And I ain't changing my opinion on nobody, and I don't care what nobody say. Get your butt up and go do something and tell your man to go work.
Okay, y'all just mad because I get 3 canned food stamps. So what? I get all kind of snacks while I'm sitting here chilling or whatever, paying no bills. No bills. I'm on government assistance. My son back there with his snacks. Government assistance, 3 canned food.
This video goes out to all the people that went out and voted for Donald Trump. Especially all you people receiving EBT, Medicaid, food stamps. Y'all voted for Donald Trump, and now, guess what? We got to go back to work. To qualify for EBT and food stamps, you have to be working 30 hours a week. I got 5 kids. I can't work 30 hours a week. Who's going to take care of my kids? Y'all done fucked around and found out, now fucked it up for everybody. You mean to tell me I got to go back to work and I got 5 kids? Who's going to take care of these 5 kids? I got $72 to last me on this EBT card, and then it's done, and I gotta find a job. So, thanks a lot, and fuck you to anybody that voted for Donald Trump. Shame on you. Now we gotta go back to work. What am I gonna do?
I can tell you personally that when I worked at the grocery store and I cashed them out, the receipts were alarming. $13,000 on EBT food, not including the $29,000 that was on EBT cash.
They had $30,000 on their EBT cash cash balance left.
Yes.
And as a cashier, you can see that.
Yes.
And you're like, holy shit, what are you, 30 grand on
It's infuriating.
on one person's car?
It's infuriating. Yes, sir.
We're,
And while they're dressed very well, how are you able to dress like that? Coming over here as running for help that we're supposedly helping them, how are you dressed like that when we, the American people, are scrapping for the next set of work boots? That's a problem.
Okay, everybody, what did you think? What did you think when you saw all those videos? What did you think? So is it a one person or one type problem, or is it a mega problem about the food stamp situation, Section 8 section, especially the food stamps? New York got hit the hardest with all these scams about people are just stealing food stamps like crazy, millions of dollars. And is it just the people who are taking advantage of the system, or is it people who are stealing money, or is it just everybody trying to get their little piece of the pie? I want you to put your comments down in the comment section. I want to hear what you have to say when you saw those videos and you saw those people, especially the young lady who was talking about how she is setting her kids up for the future. Now, please tell me how having more kids and getting food stamps and Section 8 housing, how is that setting your kids up for the future? Now, only thing I could think of is that she's getting the checks and she's investing the money somewhere. Years to come, they're going to have a nest egg somewhere. That's the only thing I could think of. But I don't see how being on Section 8, getting food stamps, is setting your kids up for the future. To me, it just set them up for a lifestyle of failure. Now, we also see the young lady bragging, I pay no bills. There my son over there got snacks. But guess what? It's already been passed, baby girl, that Trump said, no more snacks. Do you not know that the food stamp program, there are no more snacks, no more Doritos, no more ice cream sandwiches, no more sodas. You can only buy healthy foods now. So all this crap about, oh, I get snacks. Now your little snacks are going to be cut out. You can just forget all about your little snacks, okay? No more little Debbie oatmeal cakes, okay? No more little Debbie honey buns. Those are all done. The lady at the very end, you can clearly see that picture of her and those kids. That's probably 15, 20 years ago. That's a young picture. That's probably a young picture from where they lived at when they were living in Honduras or Cuba or wherever they from. That's an old picture. Those kids got to be at least 20 years old or older by now. You can tell that's an old picture. She's upset because you voted for Trump. Now she's got to get her ass up out of that bed and go to work. Shame on you for voting for Trump. And now we done effed up and found out. I told you already. I don't know what you expect a billionaire to do. Get you homeless and watch what happened to those properties that they kicking y'all out of. It's gonna be a nice little condos, all them apartments and all that stuff is gonna be cut down, and they're gonna put condos and nice luxury apartments back there. That's what they're gonna do. You got to take accountability, folks. You got to take accountability. Just like the young girl said, she was using the system to get paid, and that's what a lot of women were doing. From the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, they were using the system to get over because they found out the more kids you get, the more money you make, the bigger the check. You can demand 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom apartment. People were taking the government vouchers. You didn't have to pay but a certain amount. Sometimes the amount was so low. Utilities was very low. People were getting over. But this woman want to blame everybody because she got 5 kids. Now she old. Now she got to go to work. Look at my face. I don't feel sorry for you whatsoever. I've been grinding all my life. I ain't trying to hear that nonsense. I ain't got no sympathy for you because you got to get up out of your bed and go to work. I got 7 kids. I've been grinding a long time. I make my paper. You can say whatever you want to say. I don't care. Don't make no difference to me because I have no sympathy whatsoever for people who don't want to work. A man that don't work, he don't eat. I'm sorry you made that decision to have 5 kids. Now, it's a different story if all your kids are disabled or your kids have disabilities or whatnot and you can't work. That's a different story. But that picture that you showed, that looked like an old picture. It looked like it's at least 50 years old. I'm sorry that you had all these years and you thought the government was going to take care of you, just like so many people believe. I done spent my whole life with the government, and you believed that the government was going to take care of you. Put it down in the comments. I want to hear what you got to say. I like it. I like the communication we got from the last video, because everybody had something to say. Everybody had mixed emotions. You know, everybody got a story. Some people got a sob story about what they can't do and what they couldn't do. I'm sorry, too many people out here grinding. Too many people out here grinding. But the situation has gotten so bad now, you may not be able to come out now. A lot of employers not even hiring. A lot of employers are not going to give you 30 hours a week. They may not give you but 20. So what you going to do? Somebody got some real critical thinking that needs to take place, and somebody needs to figure out something real quick, because this man is not playing. This man is doing what he was in the office, what he was put in the office to do, shake and rattle the United States government. And he said he was going to drain the swamp. Oh, he draining the swamp, all right. He draining everything. So put your comments, put your thoughts in the comment section. Uncle T wants to hear what you got to say. What is the solution, America? What is the solution? I want to know. Until next time, y'all be safe. Talk to you later.